HBCU Overdrive is proudly sponsored by WeWorkForEverything.org. At WeWorkForEverything.org, this is for those who are trying to build for a dream. With their latest hoodies, t-shirts, long sleeve shirts, and accessories and more, you can have it all here at a reasonable price. Black owned and operated out of the great state of New York. Like I said, get suited and booted. Check it out at WeWorkForEverything.org. Peace. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? It's your boy, Doc Holiday. We back again with another HBCU tonight in conjunction with HBCU Overdrive. Make sure that you like the stream. Make sure that you comment, share, and most of all, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell to get everything HBCU Overdrive. And see who we got. We got Mr. Kenneth Rozier. What's going on? He always represents FAMU. And then we got my boy Craig Hall, Third Ward's finest, representing that TSU, Texas Southern, baby. See what else coming up in here. We got 19 folks watching right now. We got 19 folks watching right now, but yeah. We got Miss Sheena up in the building. Winston-Salem State is in the building. Oh my God. We got my boy Melanated. Hey, yo, if you want to join up with us, man, come on up here. I'll send you the link. Miss Tyra Lynn, how you doing? How you doing? Yeah, yep. So letting everybody know this is the last show before I hit the road tomorrow to head down to Tallahassee to cover the SWAC championship game between FAMU and Prairie View. But first and foremost, while everybody's filing in, you just know how we do. We do this thing like church. Do this thing like church. Make sure if you want to, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. All you have to do is just hit that subscribe button, and to hit me up on all social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Instagram and Twitter, you can hit me up at HBCU_Overdrive. On Facebook, you can hit me up on under my real name, David E. Smith Douglas. That's where you can find me at on Facebook, and on Twitter and Instagram, HBCU_Overdrive. Also, if you want to, you can join the family. All you have to do is just hit the join button on the outside of the chat, and not too much of anything, because it is what it is, man. We got my boy Chuck Hunt, Ronald, Hot Boy Ronald, checking in with us from Monroe as always. Last but not least, Help Give. Right now, we are only $150 short of our to reach our goal, so we get down to Tallahassee So all you can do is just hit the Cash App at HBCU Overdrive. You can hit PayPal and you can hit the Zelle. And I'll put those in the chat so you can see what is that if you can't see it on the ticker. And that last but not least, it's the last day of November, and we got some November. We got November the 30th. Kids up in here, make sure let me know. We shout you out. And tomorrow is the 1st of December. You know, everybody put on their Bone Thugs and Harmony. It's the first of the month. We all know, you know, understand it's that time of the year, time of the month and everything, but it is what it is. Shout out, I'm gonna give an early birthday shout out to my sister, Diana Smith. She is going to be 43 tomorrow. That is my big sister. So her birthday is tomorrow. So shout out to my big sister right there. But other than that, man, we're gonna get it started. We're gonna get it cracking. Y'all see the title up there. We portal hopping. And for somebody, you know, we talk about this all the time, but I had to bring somebody on here with me, man, that can actually, you know, kind of explain it. And we could give out the players that's going to be in the portal, that who needs to go where. But y'all know him by the fireplace. Y'all know him as our boy Kobe. He Blitz City Podcast. And boy Kobe Orr coming up on the stage.
Mike Dog.
What's happening?
What's going on, bro?
Man, I'm good. I'm trying to get this last show in before we roll up out of here for before I roll up out of here to Tallahassee, man.
Man, I wish I could go to that game, man. I waited too late.
Yeah, so we in fact I just received my media credentials like probably around about an hour ago.
What? No, man, they rejecting me.
They reject you?
Yes, bro. I said, oh man.
How they reject you, bro?
Man, I don't know. I must have ain't filled it out right. I must have waited too long, but bro, swear that that was like 8 a.m. this morning. But it's cool because like my weekend's so busy anyway, bro. Got the state championship tomorrow. Got Valdosta State Saturday, and I was gonna drive to Tallahassee after Valdosta State, but I'm busy anyway, bro.
Oh yeah, man. If y'all didn't watch last night, HBCU Nightly on YouTube last night, man, that was a cool show. That was a funny show last night. So, man, I don't know what we was on last night, but we had a good time. It was a good interview with Coach Eddie Robinson Jr. for Alabama State. As always, man, he's an open book. I like what he's doing with the program. But before we get into it, man, we got to get into it we talked about this last night, and I want to get your reaction.
What's up?
SWAC defensive and offensive player of the year.
Oh man.
both go to fellow FAMU Rattlers, Jeremy Musa, Isaiah Major. But the two that was in the running, and I think both of them for sure, was Ladarius Owens for Texas Southern, and Bubba Adams for Alabama State.
Right.
What do you think, man?
They got snubbed. It's that simple. They got all right. Cool. Like, say what you want about defensive player of the year. You know, if you felt Kendall Bowler, cool. I think Bubba should have got that. I'm gonna be completely honest with you, but I can live with that. Offensive player of the year, though, Ladarius Owens is top 10. Matter of fact, top 5. in many statistical categories in the nation, not just the
Mhm.
SWAC, the nation. This man has 3,000 career yards. This man has been the driving force, the catalyst behind Texas Southern's offense all year. And he averaged 7 yards a carry on the season. Do you know where
Yeah.
that ranks in the nation?
I
And
think
he
it's like
doesn't
what
win it.
first? Was it like ranked first in the nation? Like he was top 5 in the nation on yards per carry. He had to be.
He was top 5. He was top 5, and I think he was top 5 in that yards per carry, yards. I think he was touchdowns too, something crazy like that.
Yeah,
Like
he
he
had
was
11
really,
touchdowns. He had 11 rushing touchdowns. He had almost 4. He was 1 yard. He was 1 yard short of getting 1,400. And he did it on like a little bit over 200 carries. Cause you gotta remember, Ladarius was only like 600 yards. Like he was at 600, like a little bit over 600 yards before, like right before the season ended. And then he goes on this, man, he goes on the tear, and it's like
he was the only, he should have been the only option for this award, bro. And I feel like because I feel like they gave it to Musa because of politics. You know, they undefeated, well, not undefeated, undefeated in the SWAC, right? You know, they only lost 1 game on the year. They're slated to go to the championship game, so it's like, oh, well, let's give it to them. Man, it shouldn't work like that. This is an individual award. It should be an individual award. So I mean, like I said, I could live with Defensive Player of the Year, even though I don't like it because Bubba was just eating. But Offensive Player of the Year, I can't live with it, bro. I can't live with it. That was the biggest. They did the biggest disservice to Ladarius Owens.
Man, but I'm gonna be honest with you with Bubba. Like everything you think with Bubba, what he did from last season to this season, like he improved on pretty much almost every statistical category.
Right.
As far as tackles for loss, sacks, quarterback hits, everything that you've seen as far as for what you see in the defensive player, he pretty much elevated his team and realize, understanding. So he went, the team was 1-3 before, and they had to get on board because, of course it was the offense. Defense is going to play. The defense is playing lights out. They only let one team, no, 2 teams scored over 20 points on them the whole season. Like,
and listen, this is what both conferences do, right? The MEAC is guilty of that too. Last year, Khalil was on the national championship winning team. He gets Defensive Player of the Year when BJ Davis from South Carolina State should have won it. It's just what happens, right? The guys who are on those teams, if they have decent seasons, and I don't want to take anything away from them because they had really good years. Kendall Bowler had a really good. That's his last name, Bowler. He had KJ. He had a really good year. So did Musa. But man, it was not worthy of those trophies. Not over those 2 individuals. So
yeah.
I don't like it. Like, this needs to be an individual award. It doesn't matter if your team is 11-1. Doesn't matter if your team is 1-11. Like, it needs to be based on that individual performance.
And me and Blue, we talked. We was on the panel last night with Josh there, and I was like, Blue. I was talking to Blue, and I was like, man, we was like, he did everything that he was supposed to do. And not only did he get snubbed for the award, the dude got snubbed for the preseason award.
No, that's not. I'm not laughing at him because that's not funny. But it's crazy, right? It's crazy how this man gets passed up on twice. I would say this though. FAMU definitely. Willie Simmons, he definitely deserves Coach of the Year. Won't take that from him.
Oh yeah. He does.
Won't take that from FAMU. He definitely deserves that. It's just dog. Like, it's for as good as those 2 guys played, Ladarius Owens and Bubba, they had better seasons. They should have had the award.
Yeah, man, it was crazy. It's crazy, but hopefully, from what I'm hearing, Bubba still got some eligibility left. So Darius Owens, he's about to move on to the next level. Hopefully they can, can atone for it. But like you said, I think basically it was more on politics than any than any other thing that we talk about. And then too, don't get me wrong, Isaiah Major being on like he was on the top rated defense in SWAC. Right. But guess who was number 2? Number 2 was Alabama State. Number 2 was Alabama State. Top in the SWAC. Top 5 in the SWAC. Number 3 was Jackson State. You know what I'm saying? Like just looking at the numbers, like the defense for them is the defense for Alabama State is the MVP. They the MVP. But yeah, then we got them coaches firing. You know what I'm saying? Pink slips were getting delivered all this past last weekend.
Right.
Coach Hugh Jackson gets fired from Grambling. And not only did he get fired, we talking about defensive coordinator Coach Thornton. We talking about special teams. We talking about linebacker. We talking about damn near every position on the defense. Coach on the defense got the pink slip. What are your thoughts about that, man?
Hugh Jackson in particular. First of all, with all those coaches, right? I mean, I guess I get it. 1-win seasons and stuff like that. You want to fire them, cool. Especially if you feel like you can get somebody better, do it. But Hugh, in particular, he needed another year, and that's just my opinion, right? If Grambling would have came to this decision, if they would have had this conversation, you didn't even have to wait for the third season to be fully over. If we're halfway through the season or like 3 games in, and he's still doing that mess from the past 2 seasons, and you want to have that conversation about firing him, I have no problem with it,
right?
Because he had an adequate amount of time, but 2 years. It takes longer than that to build a culture, bro. And people like I was back and forth with this dude on Twitter because he named like 5 coaches who was able to do it in 2 years, turn around the program in 2 years, Deion Sanders being included. And I'm like, those are anomalies, bro. For those 5 coaches you named, the majority, like, do you know how many coaches, do you know how many programs would not be who they are right now if those programs decided to fire their current head coaches after 2 years of taking over that program? It takes time to build a culture. You feel me? If Grambling gave you 1 more year, nobody would even be having this conversation right now on damn why they hired him. It wouldn't be no discourse. It wouldn't be people thinking to themselves that was a little too quick. Nothing, because you would have gave him an adequate amount of time. Take the University of Nebraska back when they had Scott Frost, right? when they hired Scott Frost, people was like, "Oh, this is it. This is the hire. This is what we need. He gonna turn the program around." The man was 16 and 33. Throughout his tenure at Nebraska, nobody got upset when they fired that man because he was there from 2018 to 2016 to 2022, something like that. He was there for a good amount of time. So nobody batted an eye. Nobody was upset because he had an adequate amount of time to turn the program around and did it. 2 years is not enough time. I'm sorry. It's not enough.
Yeah. So, and then we got let's see. We already talked about Dooley before, and his thing was hit quarterback and regression. That's what you saw with Southern. You saw regression with the team. You saw him not pulling the QB when the QB is not he's not faring well. Do you pull him? Do you do you need something to start up the engine again as far as getting the team going? So with Dooley out at Southern after 2 years, and it's kind of to spite, not in spite, but the way that he left Prairie View, because it felt like his mind wasn't on the SWAC championship game. His mind was already in Baton Rouge, and then he gets to Baton Rouge the next day, and the name and the head coach. I didn't see that. To me, the first year at Southern, I mean, of course, I'm not gonna say anything bad because you got into the SWAC championship game. You didn't get in there outright, but you got in there because some other folks didn't get they didn't get the job done. Mm-hmm. And so to me, it's like, what are you gonna do this season? Are you gonna still have the same quarterback issues this season? Are you still gonna be stubborn when it comes to the play calling? Are you gonna are you gonna have an OC first? First and foremost, you're gonna have an OC to call the plays on the offensive side of the ball. But to me, he regressed in the second year, and they made the choice of like, okay, we'll let you sit at the house and you collect this paycheck right here.
Hey, you know what though? 2 years ain't enough, but man, Dooley did not help his case at all, bro. Some of those decisions he was making throughout the season, I mean, you just said to yourself, my God, bro, what are you doing? We look at that SWAC championship game and we say, like, was your mind there? I looked at him plenty of times during the season. I'm like, where's your mind right now?
Right.
What are you focused on, bro?
Yeah, so
and then he didn't help his case.
Yeah, he didn't help his case. And then when you got the fan base screaming at one of the games, fire Dooley, I was like, oh, they serious. Oh, they serious. You know what I'm saying? Southern, and to me, it's like Southern, when it comes down to it, when they try to get these coaches, they're trying to get the next Pete Richardson. You can't get the next Pete Richardson. Pete Richardson is in a whole category by himself. The man came into the SWAC from Winston-Salem and just took it over in the 90s. It's nothing that you can duplicate with that man, what that man did in the SWAC. But hey man, look, you like it's like one of the things, it's a lesson learned. So if he gets another head coaching position, what are you gonna do different this time than what you did last time?
What's the definition of insanity, right? Doing the same thing over and expecting results. He's gonna have to change something up.
Yeah.
With his next
Clarence McKinney from Texas Southern gets fired after the last game, and the way, my God, the way that they lost the game. Ladarius Owens had a monster game against Pine Bluff, and you're up 31-7, and you let the team go on a 28-3 run in the second half, and then you lost it in grand fashion. That right there and was deserving of to be let go. Also, the fact that you didn't have your star QB for a majority of the season, and I don't want to really get into all that because I kind of get upset when when we talk about that. But what do you think about that, man?
Listen, that game, I don't know how you. When I see that in college football, I don't know how you let that happen, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand how you let that happen. 28 unanswered points.
28.
Did you not want to, like, once you find out how are you able to do this in the first half? It then like this, it just falls off. Like I don't know. Less than 2 years ain't enough time, but I'm not mad at Texas Southern for that firing. I'm not mad at it. Like this ain't the same as the U situation. I get it. I honestly get it. So I feel bad, but he ain't had a star quarterback. I feel bad for him, man. When you lose like that to UAPB, you kind of dug your own grave.
Yeah, yeah. And, I can't, can't really. I can't really. I can't really say too much anything bad about it. I mean, 5 years after him, you never beaten your rival, which is Prairie View, which is crazy.
Hey, hold on. I just got a text, dog.
What's that?
Got a text. For all you Southern fans out there, as y'all know, the South Carolina High School State Championships is today, tomorrow, and Saturday. A certain coach was spotted in Orangeburg where the state championships are being held. I just wanted, maybe that's a sign. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying. Maybe that's
We talk. Are we referring to Black Thanos? Because that's what I call him. That's what I call it. That's Black Thanos.
Yeah. We referring to Black Thanos. You spotted out there, man.
See.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
they
throw a bag at that man. They throw a bag at that man.
Man, listen, I throw the whole kitchen sink, man. Throw the whole bank at that man. We need him.
Yeah, so of course, Buddy Pugh, he's retired. He retired. He is the active AD right now.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the first name that comes out is Shinsbury from Benedict. We had some other movements in the SIAC. You had Coach Teddy Keaton from Allen get hired on at Clark Atlanta.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Which I think that was a good move right there because
really
I love the offense. I mean, I love Coach Keaton's offense, and he's like Coach Robinson, man. He's like an open book.
Coach Keaton is an offensive guru, man. I loved his offense at Allen, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Loved it.
Of course, you got let's see. Of course, you got North Carolina A&T, aka the Pound Puppies. They are. We about to get into the portal hopping now. Almost every quarterback on their roster jumped into the portal right after the season, and I think the best quarterback that was on their roster, Austin Hooker, who is the little brother of Hendon Hooker, who was at Tennessee, who's with the Colts. The Colts, yeah, he's with the Colts now. You don't put him in the games where you could add some sort of a spark. They jump in the portal.
They mishandled that situation so poorly. I have never seen a school piss off all their quarterbacks. I mean, because it wasn't a good season for them already. I mean, they couldn't throw for over 100 yards a game.
100 yards a game until like the last 3.5 games of the season.
So it already wasn't going good for him. But you don't put that kid at a certain point. You just trying to get anything to get a spark. You should be trying anything. So the fact that you don't even give that boy a chance, knowing what he could potentially have in his tool belt, being the brother of of a first round pick, you don't even try. I don't blame that kid. And listen, it's gonna be hard trying to convince better quarterbacks to come to North Carolina A&T. Y'all not who y'all once was.
Nah.
Okay. And honestly, if I'm a quarterback and I'm even thinking about coming there, and I'm looking at last year and I'm seeing that y'all wasn't throwing for over 100. It was hard for y'all to throw for over 100 yards a game. And I'm thinking to myself, well, why is that? Is it the offensive line? Did y'all get that better? Do you have weapons at my disposal? Like they gonna have to do a lot of building in this portal, man. Like they gonna have to do a lot of building to show these guys, hey, We're making the adjustments. We went out and we got this amount of offensive linemen. We got this receiver from this former school. Like we building it. We not gonna be what we were last year. And I don't know if they're gonna do it. It's a lot.
Mm-hmm. So we got let's stay in the state of North Carolina. One quarterback that a lot of people are going to be looking at. Malik Williams.
Yes, sir.
From Campbell. He is in the portal also. More likely he's going to go either G5 or he's going G5. I'm looking at. I mean, if you want to stay in North Carolina, you can look at East Carolina because they was atrocious as far as offensive play. Charlotte, they're looking. I know they're looking for a QB.
Jalen Jones, that was his last year.
Yeah, because that dude been in
college
for a minute. Yeah, he been in since either 18. So you got, or he can go to Virginia. He could go to Liberty. They undefeated right now, and Jamie Chadwell took over that program right from Coastal Carolina. Did he take? He took over the Liberty program, right?
I'm not sure. Not sure.
But in some places where he can go, I mean, if you want to go to you want to go to HBCU route, there's a certain team that's going to be losing a quarterback down in Durham.
Hey, don't say that. Oh my God, don't say that. Don't say that. Man. Well, first, let me say this, right? North Carolina Central, I know Josh talked about it some and some other people. I even talked about this with Blue, I think, after one of my shows. They pretty confident in that backup quarterback that they got behind Davies. Like I haven't seen this kid play, but from what I've heard from Blue, who he is very trustworthy, and Josh, of course, who knows North Carolina Central better than anybody. That backup they got, they say he's legit. However, if they get Hodge, I'm gonna be so upset, bro, because that's not fair. It wouldn't be fair, man.
I mean, then you got some teams in the SWAC that's looking for a quarterback. But you got Malik Williams in that portal. Let's go down to Alabama to Big Bama State. So they lose so Mikey Victor is going to the next level. He's next level talent. I'm not kid you not. Dude, 6'3", 210. You can't teach that. Runs like a deer, athletic. Crazy thing is he only been playing football for like 4 years.
That's insane.
Because he hooped. He was a hooper. Like, you know what? It's crazy that he did, and what he did in that defensive scheme with Coach Robinson these last 2 years. I think looking at that, if he doesn't, if he don't get drafted, I'm looking at him being an undrafted free agent. He can pick it anywhere he want to go. Now he want to, he come to the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? We bust out DBs out there. You know what I'm saying? We get DBs and we got one that should be defensive player of the year after what he doing right now. You got Deron Bland. He could be defensive player of the year ASAP. But his running buddy, Adrian Maddox, entered the portal yesterday. You talking about this kid right here, 6'2", 200 pounds. Fluid in the hips, not as stiff as what people would think that he is. I'm thinking he's going G5. I'm thinking he's going G5 on that. Hold on, got my boy Mel, Deacon Mel up in here. He said he gonna drop that link. But and then today, the biggest news from them was Keyshawn Johnson going into the portal today.
And already receiving how many offers? I saw 4.
Yeah, he got a couple. He got a couple of more. He got a couple of offers. He probably gonna get some more by the end of this week. Like man, that kid right there can. That kid right there can ball. What up? What up, man?
What's up? Peace and blessings, family. Hope everybody doing all right. What up, Kobe?
What's going on, man?
Oh, man, that was a hard pill to swallow, dog. When you see that notice, like, man, you lose a weapon like that, man. That's for any coach. That's tough. That's tough. I mean, Victor, we knew, he'd leave. I mean, he has a skill set to be at the next level. Adrian Maddox, that was a shocker. Especially if you're trying to build a championship team and you lose key pieces like that, man. That's tough for a coach, right?
And you know what? Like before he entered the portal, I'm like, Alabama State ain't far away, man. Like I'm looking at the quarterback position. I'm like, okay, Zion Turner from Connecticut entered the portal. I know they was kind of. I know Alabama State was kind of iffy on D, but I'm like Zion Turner, man, he got the skill set. Go, maybe you land a guy like that. You got Keyshawn Johnson. Like things look good for him, and then boom.
Yeah. That's like I say, man. Lose a guy like Keyshawn Johnson, man. I guess when you look back at the offensive game plan all season long, I mean, he really wasn't the focal point, but he had almost 1,000 yards. And bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I went home for Turkey Day Classic, and when me and my wife got in the game, and I did not see number one on the sideline or on the field, I knew something was wrong. I said, "Oh shit, here we go." I said, "Here we go," because because there were no injury reports, and he's from Birmingham, so it would have been obvious, if he had went home or he had something to do, but not seeing, one of your key players on the field in one of the biggest games of your season. I mean, that's just a huge rivalry within itself. And to not see him on the field, that was clear indication that, okay, so it's about to happen. So, I mean, I don't know, man, if it's Harry or I don't know, what it is, man, but this is the second straight year that Alabama State has lost their top receiver to the portal. You lose Hickson, and now you lose Johnson.
Yeah, I'm about to say Jeremiah. Game, man. I'm about to say Jeremiah Hickson was he was, and then last season you lose Ja'Cory Merritt.
Yeah,
and he acting a dog over at New Mexico.
Yeah, I mean that makes you question what's going on in the camp because I mean you're losing weapons. I mean I get it with the portal. I mean I have my issues with it, but to lose top weapons like that and in that fashion, I mean it's not like these are kids that aren't seeing the field. Now it'd be different, if these were like guys that maybe second or third on depth chart and they want to be the star guy. But we're talking about wide receiver 1, RB1, they leaving. So I mean them gonna be some questions that E-Rob gonna have to answer, and maybe even the athletic director.
Somebody should ask them questions. Why are they leaving? Because that's ridiculous.
I mean, we talking about top players, man, and again, I mean, these guys were balling in their respective right, and I mean, I'm proud of the kids that moved on and done well. Urshad Davis, he did his thing. But again, losing top players, and then have to rebuild the team in those key pieces, in those key places. I mean, it's difficult, man, because again, I mean, when kids see your number one receiver, your number one running back, or DB leave, they may be asking the question, okay, why are they leaving? It's not like Alabama State went, you know, 2-9, So I mean, that's something that's going to, have to be answered. They got to answer them questions, man. And right now, I wouldn't be surprised if E-Rob is having some meetings right now.
Man, I'm looking at this right now. FAMU just offered Keyshawn Johnson earlier today.
Oh God! Listen. I said this on Twitter. That's unfair. Somebody got to stop that.
Yeah, they do.
Veto that. Email Charles McClellan, tell him he got to veto that. Like they did Chris Paul to the Lakers. Veto. That don't need to happen, bro.
And
that's
then
unfair.
He got offered by Alcorn.
Bro, think about this right here, man. Think about FAMU offers the kid. Andrew Body is in the portal. We know Moose was leaving.
Man.
If them two hook up down there, FAMU, dog, just sign me off, dog. Just know.
Yeah,
I'm going to have a color
I
bar.
was just going to get on, and I'm about to get on that too, man, because the cat was out of the bag. My bro called me. He was like, man, my bro Craig, he was like, man, hey, man, it's about to happen. I was like, what you mean? He's like, man, that boy was in the compliance office. I said, what? I was like, okay. I ain't gonna say, I ain't saying nothing. I ain't tripping, I ain't tripping. I ain't gonna say nothing. Cause I want, my whole thing is, if it's gonna happen, I want Drew to do it, make his announcement, make it for him. Then somebody already put it on Twitter that he was in the portal. I was like, man, shit, might as well just go ahead and just say, just put it out there like, hey, Andrew Body, Texas Southern is in the portal. Now, he got, I don't know where he was, I don't know how many offers he had when he was in high school. Because you got to realize, I tell this to people, Andrew is the 4th. He is ranked number 4 at all of Texas high school football in passing yards. And like he is like top 20 in touchdowns and touchdown passes.
Wow.
Whoever dropped the ball on trying to get him and let him go to Texas Southern for those 2.5 years, y'all need to be fired. y'all need the pink slips. Like for real. You don't let a dude like that even lead, like just out of Corpus Christi. You don't even let him go to Houston. If you were going to Houston, he goes to University of Houston. If he's going to Austin, he's going to UT. He's going to A&M. You know what I'm saying? He's coming up to Dallas to like SMU. He's going to a G5 or a P5 school off the top. And for y'all to let him just slip through the cracks and he gets to go to Texas Southern University, and even though the record didn't speak for itself, you watch this kid mature and he balled out for those 2.5 years that he was there. That's just an indication that y'all need y'all ass whooped. I'm gonna be honest with you. Y'all need y'all ass whooped.
I always say, man, he just needed more help. Andrew Body just needed more help. If he ends up in Tallahassee at FAMU, everybody should be scared. I'm being honest with you, because the potential that offense has with Andrew Body at the helm is crazy.
And the play calling that they got, oh yeah, that's out of control.
The wide receiver room, deadly already, man.
But just think about this. What if he get the call to Alcorn? Aaron Allen gone. He's done. Don't know too much about. You don't know what you're gonna get out of Tyler Macon. You only seen him in those two, couple of games early in the season. and the light was too bright for him. Get down there. You can get down there with Big Fred. And Big Fred was a quarterback, man.
That's a great option too. I'm not gonna sleep on that. It's just weigh out the two options. It's just what do you have to work with? Like who gives you more to work with? I just feel like FAMU just gives you a lot more. Like that receiving core is a quarterback's dream, man.
Or I said this before, and some people didn't agree with me, but as a school, 45, 50 miles northwest of Houston, it sits in the country. Prairie View. Trayvon is done after this season. He's been in college since 18.
I can see that. He
gets up to Prairie
coming
View.
back for another year.
Who?
Juice Jenkins.
I think so, because he might have a medical. Because he got a cold. I think he got a COVID year. You got Juice Jenkins over there. You got Shamar Savage over there. Ahmad Antoine is he's gone. Caleb Johnson, I think he has one more year. Then you got an offensive line that can actually block. I'm putting it out there. You go to Prairie View, it'll be some problems in the West.
Somebody said Texas State. Texas State good at quarterback right now.
Yeah, TJ Finley gonna be gone because he's like 40 years old with three kids and a picket fence.
PJ Hatter.
We got PJ Hatter who came in the game, and then you got Malik Hornsby.
Yeah, they loaded at quarterback, man.
Malik Hornsby. Why would he go to Texas State? I can see him going. If he want to go FBS, I can see him. If he want to stay in state, he can go to UTSA. With Jeff Traylor. Jeff Traylor is when it comes to building offenses and just building a team, Jeff Traylor is like he is a mad scientist. Talking about a man who built Gilmer, which is in East Texas, and built them into a state powerhouse, winning 4 state titles. Won 2 of them, I think either 1 or 2, with G.J. Kinney as his quarterback.
To be honest with you, when you really think about it, man, this man's stock right now, Andrew Body's stock right now, probably the highest aside from Keyshawn, because it's like you really got your pick of the litter. There's so many teams out here that's a quarterback away.
Mm-hmm.
Oregon State with that defense, a quarterback away.
Yep.
Because DJ just entered into the portal, and I was thinking like, why he got himself in the portal, but then again they was like, well, the head coach gone over to Michigan State, so he jumped the ship too. Plus, he don't want to play Mountain West teams, but it's not your. It's not your fault that the conference is going to shits, but it's the fact that it's still competition. Because don't get me wrong, UNLV is actually balling out this season. You're still playing in a region where everybody, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to travel as far. You go on to Idaho, you go to Nevada, you go on to Colorado, you go on to but you ain't going to Utah because all the schools both schools in Utah is in the Big 12 after next season.
Yeah.
But you stay in California. It's a crazy, to me it's just a crazy dynamic when it comes down to it. But like, yeah, Oregon State, they're gonna be looking for a QB. Washington State gonna be looking for a QB because Cam Ward done put himself back into the portal again. University of Washington is gonna look for a QB because Michael Penix is gonna graduate.
But before they get to Andrew though, there's a lot of good kids in that portal. And probably there's a lot of FCS quarterbacks like the one from Holy Cross who just entered the portal. You know, he probably get looked at before body to one of those Power 5 schools.
Nah, Body ain't going to USC. South Carolina got a quarterback opening because Spencer Rattler going to the league.
Lenore Sellers.
I know. I would say Morgan State is looking for a QB, but I think they got their QB. They just got to develop them.
Alabama A&M. They lost Quentin Casey.
Quincy Casey gone. He transferring out. Xavier Langford, don't know what he gonna do. And then let's think about this. Let's just say Cheney State at Benedict. And he is Dennis. It's his last season, right? Or he had one more year for Benedict. You don't think you think he might do something over there? Like it's all, like you saying, it's always options of where you want to go. But too many options is a detriment.
Cheney's staying at Benedict is a real possibility. I don't think people know. That's a real possibility. I mean, losing that game the way that he did, I can imagine his emotions right now. So he loves Benedict, man. That is a real possibility of him staying for one more year.
And then let's just say he goes, he reloads on that team for next season, and he go undefeated again in the SIAC. Then his stock really rises up. If he gets a playoff win, it skyrockets.
Right, but like, do you want to risk that? Right, like, do you want to go undefeated for a third time, get to the playoffs, and lose that first game again? Because at that point, your stock now we're looking at you different, right? Because now it's like you can't win the big one, and that's not even a big one. It's just a playoff game. Like now, it's like now you can't get over the hump. So I mean, that's things to think about. I'm just saying, like, this is bias, of course, right? But if you come to state, you bring your transfers with you to the Orangeburg. You got a great running back room, man. You bring some transfers over there with you. We make this thing a cohesive thing. We get this team together. It's a lot more talented. We go out there and we ball. It's like, come on, man.
See, and then those are the names that that you see, and I know with Jackson State we got some dudes that went into the portal. Duke Miller is in the portal right now. More likely Rico Powers is gonna jump up in there. I just seen Jackson Barry to the portal. Yeah, I seen Jackson Barry. He just put his name in the portal. So I'm looking at this though, and with us, it's more like it's not a fire. It's not like a dumpster fire. It's not a fire sale at Jackson State. I'm looking at a little bit more stability, but I'm looking at TC going up in that portal and getting some kids that
That's what we that's the topic that needs to be talked about, right? Because we know Coach Bless at FAMU, he on it. He killing it. He's aggressive. And I'm not saying that Coach O ain't doing that, because we know the beast Coach O is. It's just we ain't hearing about it. So it's kind of giving fans anxiety, like, well, damn, are we doing anything? What are we doing? I want to know what Coach O got up his sleeve right now, because I know he cooking something up. We just ain't hearing about it.
What you hear about with Bama State, Mel?
Man, listen, bro, I ain't gonna even lie to you, man. I know some kids that's interested. Um, but it's up to the coaches to go after them. Um, some receivers, believe it or not, but you got to be able to go after them. But again, man, my question is, how long does E-Rob stick with Harry? Like, just being honest, because here you have one of the most dangerous weapons in the SWAC.
Mm-hmm.
And he was already that coming into the season, and you don't focus on him. Like, you don't put him in a position to put you in a winning position. And, they were back and forth, with the quarterbacks, at the beginning of the year. And, that threw a lot of people for the loop. So I don't know, man. I really don't, because what I think should happen, listen, I'm going out and finding the biggest damn rhinos I can put on the defensive line, and finding the meanest, nastiest hippos I can put on that offensive line, and give my quarterback time to deliver the ball, and allow my linebackers and DBs to do their thing, because the quarterback is under pressure all game long. That, if I'm in E-Rob's position, that's my sole goal. I'm finding top wide receivers, defensive linemen, and offensive linemen right now. Like, that's my main focus on everything.
Okay, so you feel like you're good at quarterback?
I like Damon Stewart. My only thing is, you really do need a solid backup, because,
right.
I mean, listen, I don't hate D Davis. I think he's a phenomenal athlete. I just don't think he's a college quarterback. I think he'd be better served as a slot receiver. But you need to get a solid quarterback that can come in and push Damon Stewart. You got quarterback from Campbell. Hell, Andrew Body, for that matter. Have a solid backup, man, or somebody that can come in and compete for the job, because we've seen it where they had a kid, they came in the spring camp, and I think he got injured, and we never saw from him again. I mean, he was a tall kid and he can really spin the ball, but somehow he was let go for whatever reason, and Damon Stewart was brought in. You lose Nicolette, so your quarterback room right now is kind of thin. So you do need another quarterback, but the primary focus, if I were them, have some monsters on the offensive and defensive line right now.
Well, let me ask you this, right? Just like hypothetical. So let's say like you do make this push for an Andrew Body, because I don't not see it. I don't see it being impossible. Let's say you do make this push for Andrew Body and you do get him. Would you think that would be enough to convince Keyshawn to withdraw his name out the portal?
Well, see, that's the thing, man. I don't think Damon Stewart was the reason, him taking over the job. I don't think he was the reason why he left. I think it was more so the play calling didn't really put him as the focal point in the passing game. And they didn't really move him around in the formations to really get him to succeed. Because, here's a guy that really commands double coverage. And he was single covered a lot of times. And the ball didn't come his direction. And so if I'm a kid and I know I can go up and get it, you're talking about a jump ball and you got a more than 50% chance of coming down with it, I'm going to go with my guy all day. Mm-hmm. But if I'm not putting him in a position to where he can get the ball, you can't really be mad at him for walking. Again, it's tough to see, but that's strictly on Harry, man. That's strictly on Harry. Like, no other way to look at it. And other people would probably say I'm wrong, but I don't know of any other offensive coordinator in the SWAC that looks at Keyshawn Johnson and say, okay, I might get him the ball a couple of times a game. I mean, hell, he could transfer to, okay, let's say he transfers to FAMU. We know Willie Simmons is going to get him the ball. I mean, look at Shareed. Shareed gets the ball a lot.
Yeah, yeah, he does.
And just, I mean, this is my opinion, but I think Keyshawn Johnson is way better than Shareed.
Of course.
So you put Keyshawn Johnson in that offense with Willie Simmons, it's going to be lights out.
Damn, I don't even want to think about this. That's just dangerous, man.
It is, bro. I mean, and that's, and, you know, it's tough because, again, you know, he announced that he was leaving, and shortly after that, you know, he posted that FAMU had offered. I'm like, wow, that's dangerous. Because now here's the opportunity for him to transfer to FAMU and then come back to Alabama State for homecoming in a FAMU uniform.
Ooh.
That's nasty work, bro.
Nasty work.
That's nasty work, bro. But I can't blame the kid for that. I mean, because you want to go somewhere where you're a focal point. But just imagine doing the damage that you've done in the SWAC so far, and then coming back to play the school that you did damage with. I call him Mr. Magic City Classic because he shows up in Magic City Classic. So, I mean, you put him down there, Bragg, man.
That's still nasty work right there, man.
Hey, I'm telling you, man, again, in a Willie Simmons offense, that kid with a legitimate quarterback, somebody like Andrew Body or Malik Williams, let's say that kid transfers to FAMU. Dangerous. That's dangerous, bro.
Woo.
That's dangerous, bro. Like, go get your bag, bro. I ain't mad at you, but that's, whew. I wouldn't want to be the defensive coordinator. I'm going to just say that.
Yeah.
Well, hey, y'all, check this out, man. I gotta wake up real early in the morning for work, dog. Gotta be at the
I gotta get up early in the morning, shoot, because I gotta hit the road.
So it was definitely fun being on here with y'all for sure.
Anytime. Anytime, man.
All right, y'all.
Yeah, all right, bro. Yeah, we still taking that. We still taking donations, y'all. We are still taking donations. If you haven't done it now, let's go ahead and get the donations. I'm passing around my hat. I'm passing around my hat like it's a collection plate. Hey, we just trying to down there safe and sound. But we got a 11-hour drive. And yeah, we're gonna have good time. Got my credentials again. But yep. Anything you got coming up? Anybody got coming up? I don't think he want to go to UAB. UAB is dumpster juice in the American Athletic Conference. So UAB would be out of the picture. Let's see. We got NCAA volleyball, the tournament. Jackson State is in Wisconsin right now, taking on the Badgers, the Lady Badgers, in the volleyball first round of the volleyball tournament. Other than that, anybody? What's going on, Nate? I ain't no drugs, but I'm just letting you know, UAB ain't all UAB ain't all that, man. It ain't all that. I'm just putting it out there. It ain't all that. I'm not a FAMU fan. First and foremost, I'm not a FAMU fan. Um, I'm not a FAMU fan. Never been, never have been. But I'm just saying. I have Roddy White. Hey, my team, I can name off receivers out the wazoo. I'm a Tennessee Volunteers fan. We got the Joey Kent. We got a Peerless Price. We got Cordell Patterson. Hey, can I keep going? Can I keep going? Oh, okay. Mr. Nate said, okay. Either be down there next weekend for his official visit. All right. All right. All right, man. But anyway, like I said, we are still, like I said, we are still taking donations. I wasn't gonna be on here too long today. Um, a shout out to Miss Tyra Lynn for the donation. For shout out Miss Tyra Lynn for the donation. Shout out to Mr. Israel for the donation. Jeremiah. Uh Miss Keish. Everybody donated. Trying to get all this, get everything out the way, get everything going. But like I said, if you look in the if you look on the I pinned where you can send all the other stuff to. You can send on PayPal, you can send on Zelle. You can send it through Cash App. Either way it goes, we still looking for it. Working on surprise 3-star. Oh, okay. All right, Mr. Nate, let me know. Let me know. All my JSU and family people. Come on now. But yeah, we still going. Like I said, we still donating. And if whenever you get out if I'm out the live, you can still donate off the live. But other than that, y'all. Other than that, I appreciate everybody for coming on. The 60 people on here. Make sure we got 60 likes. But again, it's your boy. It's been another HBCU Tonight, episode 58. In conjunction with HBCU Overdrive. This has been powered by WeWorkForEverything.org. Make sure that you go out there, check out the website, get you a hoodie, get you a long sleeve shirt, or just get you a regular t-shirt just to be comfortable with around the house, black owned, and you know what I'm saying? All the stuff is quality made, looks good, fits good, feels good. But like I said, check it out. We work for everything.org. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that you like the stream. Make sure that you comment, share. Most of all, subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell to get everything HBCU Overdrive. Also, hit the donation bell so we can go ahead. We are literally 100. We're literally $50 short. We're $50 short from our goal for the trip. So we just need $50. $50. We are $50 from our goal. We are $50 from our goal. Anybody want to do the $50 right now? Anybody want to do the 50 right now? Anybody want to donate to the $50? For all the FAMU people that want to see me down there, and y'all can actually talk noise into my face about Jackson State, why we lost to y'all. If you want to see me down there, send 50, send the 50, send 20, you can send 10, 5, $1. Come on now. But as always, man, I'm about to end this thing right now. As always, y'all. As always, this your boy Doc Holiday, HBCU Overdrive, where HBCUs matter. I am the voice of HBCU culture. We'll be back on this thing tomorrow night, live from Tallahassee, Florida, y'all. Live from Tallahassee, Florida. We'll be live from there, y'all. But until then, appreciate you, Tonyo. Appreciate you, little bro. But until then, y'all be blessed. Y'all stay safe. Y'all stay dangerous. Hug your loved ones. Y'all pray for me. All right, thank you, Square. Y'all pray for me as I travel this winding road down to Florida. Pray for me with safe travels and to get back to Dallas in one piece. Yes, sir. I have a safe trip. Yeah, fam, you folks, y'all want me down there? Put your money where your mouth is. Put your money where your mouth is. I like a challenge. I like a challenge. I'll be real with Steve in Tallahassee, but go on, let him put your money where your mouth is. They're going to get me down there. You already got the truck, you got the room, you got Mr. Campbell getting the tickets. Yeah, I'm gonna be careful, man, because I know we just had rain up here. I know it's gonna be raining down there. But yeah, we should be good. We should be good. But man, we gonna get off of. I'm gonna get off this thing, y'all. Hug your loved ones, y'all, because again, like I said, one day they're here, next day they could be gone. See y'all tomorrow live from Tallahassee, Florida. the home of the FAMU Rattlers, home of the SWAC championship game this year between Prairie View and Florida A&M. As always, peace out.